Get ready for the action because we are diving straight into the biggest story in college hoops. Illinois basketball is locked in a massive battle right now, and the fate of their future hangs in the balance. We are tracking the decisions surrounding Andrej Stojakovic, with the entire fan base on edge as we wait for a monumental choice that could redefine the program. Stojakovic entered the NBA draft, and the clock is ticking down, leaving everyone wondering if he's heading back to the hardwood or moving on to the next chapter of his career. We break down everything you need to know about this pivotal moment. Like Gino Orima and Dan Hurley, but we also hear from coaches like Lee Cummert about the opportunities this expansion brings, especially for the women's game. We dig into what this means for program recognition and where the real focus is going. And finally, we wrap up with the final takeaways from this massive news cycle. From Stojakovic's looming decision to Clemson's roster overhaul and the NCAA tournament expansion, the moves happening across the country are defining the future of college basketball. Don't miss a single update on these huge stories. Stay locked with us because we bring you the fast, focused news you need to know. Subscribe now and hit that notification bell so you are always ahead of the game. Illinois basketball is facing a critical juncture regarding the future of player Andrej Stojakovic, with the outcome of his decision hanging in the balance as the NBA draft approaches. As the middle of May progresses, the Illinois fanbase is intensely focused on whether Stojakovic will return to the program or pursue a career in the NBA. Stojakovic initially announced his return to Illinois in April, but subsequently declared for the NBA draft. The period between his draft declaration and the NBA draft combine in May has been marked by uncertainty. While there were hopes that Stojakovic might withdraw his name following recent performance concerns at the combine, time continues to move, and a final decision is pending. The deadline to withdraw from the NBA draft process is set for May 27, meaning the outcome is expected within the next 9 days. Analysts suggest that the lack of a decision is signaling potential negative implications for the team. If Stojakovic's objective is simply to secure an NBA draft selection, experts suggest he should have entered the draft this year, potentially securing a second-round pick. Currently, Stojakovic is positioned as the number 51 best player remaining on the draft board, 6 spots ahead of Kylan Boswell, who is ranked at number 57. Despite the lingering doubt, the prevailing sentiment among observers leans towards Stojakovic remaining in the NBA draft. This scenario suggests that Illinois may lose valuable depth for the 2026-27 season. Meanwhile, Keaton Wagler is currently listed as the top available Illinois player, ranked number 5 overall. Clemson Basketball Portal Class signals a strategic shift, with elite shooting and rebounding additions. Clemson basketball has entered a phase of strategic refinement, focusing on bolstering outside shooting and replacing key post players following a year of significant roster turnover. The portal class brings several high-potential players, including Certa, Faulkner, Lelevicius, and Futchs, who are poised to inject new energy into the program. Departures marked a shift in offensive and defensive leadership. R.J. Godfrey departed as Clemson's premier offensive and defensive player, excelling with his post moves despite lacking a significant perimeter game. Nick Davidson saw a reduction in playing time and efficiency metrics. Butta Johnson transitioned from the bench to a starting role, offering reliable ball handling. Other departures included Dylan Hunter, known for his defensive consistency, and Justin Porter, who led the team in three-point attempts. Jake Wallen was the only transfer out, leaving a void at the post. The incoming freshman class features significant upside. Harris Reynolds, a scoring guard from Atlanta, could provide immediate impact, while Stevens is a potential option depending on injury developments. Amir James is expected to be a developmental defender and offensive threat. The portal class is the focal point of the offseason changes. Cole Certa is an elite three-point shooter, bringing a shooting prowess the previous team lacked, with the potential to revitalize the team's perimeter game. Despite being a lower-rated defender, his shooting range is a major asset. Dylan Faulkner, a dynamic forward, is seen as a critical acquisition, offering significant rebounding and interior presence that fills a void left by expensive post players. His ability to score efficiently against physical competition suggests he is a major boost. Liu Torres-Lelevicius offers high efficiency as a low-usage contributor, providing a high floor for the team's offense. Finally, David Futch, a former professional, brings elite rebounding and foul-drawing ability, immediately elevating the team's rebounding numbers, though his defensive metrics require coaching. Depth chart projections indicate significant flexibility, suggesting a deep bench. While the roster possesses enhanced offensive upside and rebounding potential, the coaching staff will face the crucial task of improving team defense, a key area for Brownell to address to ensure the squad becomes a consistent tournament contender. Valpo Athletics has announced that Roger Powell Jr. has signed a multi-year contract extension to continue leading the Valpo men's basketball program. The announcement was made on May 18, 2026. The contract extension solidifies Powell Jr.'s tenure as the head coach of the team, providing stability and continuity for the program moving forward. The news comes at a time when the team is focused on maintaining its competitive standing within the athletic landscape. The NCAA has officially expanded both the men's and women's basketball tournaments from 68 to 76 teams, a decision that has sparked a divided reaction among coaches and analysts. While some of the sport's most accomplished coaches, including Gino Orema, Dan Hurley, and Brad Underwood, have expressed disappointment with the change, others on the women's side see a significant opportunity for growth. Coaches on the women's side are optimistic about the increased visibility the expanded tournament will bring. BYU Cougars coach Lee Cummard stated that the expansion is beneficial for program recognition, allowing athletes to share their stories with a wider audience. This is particularly relevant for the women's tournament, which has historically lacked the high-level madness seen in the men's tournament, with only 8 lower seeds advancing past the first round in the last 3 years compared to 24 in the men's event. Mid-major coaches are particularly enthusiastic about the increased chances to gain national recognition and increase the number of upsets. However, skepticism remains regarding whether the extra spots will disproportionately benefit teams from high-major conferences. When questioned about the motivation behind the expansion, North Dakota State's Jory Collins pointed to financial incentives, stating that the expansion is driven by more money, more TV, and that some first 4 spots went to high majors. Collins questioned the committee's strategy, asking what the extra spots will specifically achieve. Alternative theories suggest the expansion was primarily aimed at the men's tournament, with the women's expansion potentially being a response to social or legal concerns, as suggested by former Middle Tennessee coach Rick Insell, who speculated the decision might have been influenced by the fear of a lawsuit. Ultimately, the full impact and direction of the expanded tournaments remain unclear, with observers noting that a definitive assessment will likely emerge following the 2027 selection Sunday.